you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
all in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
S-I-C-K.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Bruins Vibes.
Bruins win the Stanley Cup.
Going into the corner. But, oh, there goes a
gigantic. Are you kidding me?
That is an
The sickest Boston Bruins podcast.
Sends it in, and it's Pastrnak scores! Series winner for David Pastrnak and the Bruins.
It's gonna be sick.
Hey, here we are, episode 4, Bruins Vibes podcast. It's your guy, Brendan Sennott, along with the hockey scribe, Jimmy Murphy. What's up, Jimmy?
What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Hanging in. Bruins lose to the Lightning 4-3 today. Down 3-0 early in the second period. Made a game of it, but just don't have the snipers to get it done. They moved up to the varsity today, and it didn't go well after playing 3 games against the NHL's JV. Your thoughts initially, Jimmy?
They moved up to the 0-2-0 varsity Lightning. No, well, yeah, I agree. The Lightning are a better team than any of the teams they played, but they were not playing well. That being said, you had to expect they were going to be hungry because they know they've had a bad start there. Look, I think as I tweeted after the first period of this game today, the 24-25 Boston Bruins reared their collective ugly head in that first period and at times again in the second period as well. I mean, it was just turnover central. It was not looking, not having purpose coming out of your own zone, not making those good first outlet passes. Zadorov still, look, as we've said, we like his spirit. We like the person. He seems to be emerging as a leader in that dressing room. And we do think, as both of you and I have agreed, he's got skill, but he's just a turnover machine. And it's just laziness. It's just throwing it out. Like, I mean, that first Tampa goal or second Tampa goal, I mean, is him just not looking what he's doing, just throwing the puck out and boom.
Middle of the ice.
Yeah. Just why? I don't get it. Like what makes no sense to me, Brendan, is he is one of, if not the biggest guys on the ice every night, right? There's not many bigger in the league than him right now, if I'm not
Could have
mistaken.
skated that out.
Okay. Why is he afraid of getting a hit? Is he afraid of the
delivers
pressure
them clearly.
around him? What, like, I don't get what the rush is for him to just constantly throw it out wherever and have no purpose, no plan as to how you're breaking that puck out. I don't get it. And until he gets it, the Bruins are in trouble because I think until this game, they were able to cover up his mistakes to a point. But that didn't last today. And, it kind of spread like an infection throughout the lineup as the game, as that first period went on. A lot of guys were tossing it out there and just not really looking at what they were doing. They really didn't seem to have a plan. They didn't really seem in sync. I gotta say, and for those in the future, if you're betting the Boston Bruins, and for any of you betting apps out there that want to, put your name right in here with what I'm about to say and get free advertising, or call up and give us a call. But if you're betting the Boston Bruins on a matinee, I would say take the opponent in the first period. Because I don't know, Brendan, about you. I mean, what? I've got about 4 years on you. How old are you?
49.
49. And I'll be 51 in November. So basically, we're the same age almost. For the majority of our lives, would you not agree that they have been the flattest team in matinees to start a game in the NHL? I don't have the stats in front of me, but I've watched enough of them to know that they got to be in the top 5 flattest teams on a matinee in the NHL.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The only one that stands out that they didn't lay an egg early and come out with no energy. I happened to be at the game. It was the MLK game, the record-setting season, and they eviscerated the Flyers like 6-0.
Yeah,
and
but they're eviscerating everyone.
Be perfectly honest, it was such a fun game, and they were like, it's January of that record-setting season. I don't really remember much of the third period, but go ahead.
There you go. So yeah,
Bad
start. We can agree on that. The one difference, though, is I mentioned, I referenced last year's team rearing their ugly head and the turnovers and everything and not playing without purpose. I don't know what's said in the intermission. I don't know what's being said on the bench, but I can imagine it's not too many nice things coming from Marco Sturm. He woke them up. They woke up. I like the resilience. This is something we harped on the other day. We were talking about that's a difference between this team. There is a distinct difference when it comes to not giving up, not folding, not unraveling. There is a distinct difference so far between this roster and the roster last year that we saw, and that's a good sign. And I think if the Bruins didn't have as many turnovers and didn't hand the first period away, I think they win that game. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from Tampa Bay. I don't think Tampa Bay played that great. And I don't know if you saw their coach Cooper in the second period when the Bruins scored that second goal after they
That was
made
awesome.
like he thought the same as us. I mean, he's looking like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? So I think that they played better as the game went on. Just don't go back to that stuff we saw last year. Stay within your structure. You're not going to win every game. Nobody thought they were going to go 82-0. And frankly, I still don't know if this is a playoff team. But all I'm going to say is stay within your structure. Don't get cute. Don't rush things. Just do what Marco tells you.
Yeah, they were atrocious in their own end, especially in that first period. The top four defensemen, we can dive into that if you'd like, in terms of pairings. That might have been one of Charlie McAvoy's worst games as a Boston Bruin. He was not good. He continues to be the point man on PP1, and I continue to lose more hair. It's just not working out for me. If it's working out for anyone else out there, I don't know what you're watching. He has no confidence at the point. The entries stink. He does that like drop pass where he could just skate it into the zone. It's so bizarre. And you've always told me that it's Neely and Sweeney that insist he's out there on PP1, but it doesn't work. And Lindholm skated again today. They say he's going on the road trip. Tell the people why. Everyone and their brother's going to be going on this road trip if they can. Every assistant equipment boy, all that is going to be on that trip. Tell us, Jimmy, why is everyone going on this trip?
Because they're in the air as we speak.
Right.
They left a bit early. You immediately said, "Uh-oh, that means 7-0 Vegas Thursday." I see it quite the opposite, Brendan. I think there's a great move by Marco Sturm. I think I think Sturm is still trying to bond with the team. They're still trying to bond with him. You got a lot of new faces. Road trips are when teams come together. Everyone always says that first road trip you take is huge, especially when you have so many new faces. Look, and this is no lie. People are going to think like this stuff doesn't happen anymore and we're exaggerating. But, one of the reasons the Vegas Golden Knights have been so good, especially at home, is the Vegas hangover. It exists.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. These are millionaires, multi-millionaires going into arguably the biggest party city on earth. And they're young lads that like to have a good time when they can. They don't get to have many, right? I mean, these guys work hard. They're practicing nonstop. They're always at the rink. This was a great move by whoever decided. I don't know if it was Marco Sturm, if it was management, both whoever the schedule maker is for the Bruins travel. Brilliant idea, in my opinion, to get out there a day early. Usually they would leave, actually 2 days early. Usually they would leave on Wednesday. They are getting out there as we speak. We're recording this at 6:13 p.m. on Monday night on October 13th, a couple hours after their game ended against the Lightning. They're on the plane right now, probably having some fun, playing poker, whatever these guys do, or video games. I don't know. Get out there, get it out of your system. You wake up Wednesday, you have a good greasy breakfast on the strip, and you get to a 1 p.m. practice. You skate it out, you sweat it out, and you are good to go on Thursday. Love this. Great move by the Bruins.
And then you're going to get smoked by the Golden Knights on Thursday.
I don't hear you, buddy. You're off.
They're going to get smoked.
We can't hear you.
Destroyed.
Can't hear you. Try your mic again.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. You're good.
Yeah, they're going to get smoked Thursday. I'll put a fifth of John Jameson right on it right now. Knights big. Swayman pulled in the third period. Well, in the second period. I just don't think this team has the leadership. I mean, Sturm, I love him. Great. great hire, brilliant hire.
They get smoked. It's not because they went out there tonight, Brendan. It's because they're playing the Vegas Golden Knights, who are a
True,
far superior
but
team.
okay,
I
so
will
I
bet.
mean, so
Okay,
you're giving yourself an out clause there. All right, well,
no, I'm not
if
giving
they
myself an
play
outclass.
well,
I never said they're going to win. I think it's a great bonding experience for them. I think it was a smart move in terms of bringing this team together. Win or lose on Thursday, and I don't think they're going to beat the Vegas Golden Knights, to be honest. But win or lose, I think it gives the team a chance to bond and get out there, get away from everything here, get away from the fam, start to get to know each other. You don't get that in the preseason, Brendan, because, as we were discussing earlier, um, usually in a regular season, before a road game, if it's a West Coast trip, maybe you travel out 2 days before the game, but that's usually the max. If it's an East Coast trip, you're traveling out the day before. You practice, you get on a plane, you go down there, you have a dinner, you go to bed, and you wake up and go to game day skate, and then you play later that day. So I think that what they're trying to do right now, they didn't have that in the preseason because at times in the preseason, you're traveling the same day. There were times, I think, actually, no, every game this year where they practiced at Warrior and got on their flight at Hanscom Air Force Base in Bedford, Mass, flew down, played a game, and came back.
right after,
Now
yes,
this is their
day in, day
first chance. You get all I'm trying to say? Forget wins or losses, Brendan. All I'm trying to say in terms of bringing this team together, I
out. Not a
think
bad
this
idea.
is a good
All right,
bonding
I'll
time.
give you that.
Yeah. And now,
If
but
it's
I'll
not going
take
to
you on-
matter
I'll
and you
take
don't
you on
think
the
the
bet, though.
outcome is going to be relevant, then cool. Go,
Okay,
go.
wait. So are we doing the bet though? So what are you giving me? -2.5, we'll say.
Sure, I'll take
All
that.
right. So we're witnessing that right now. Brendan is giving me -2.5. He's taking the Knights. I'm taking the Bruins +2.5. So all the Bruins have to do is lose by 2, and I'm good. Okay,
Yep.
let's do it. Bottle of Jameson.
I'm thirsty.
All right, Jameson, you want to be sponsors? Actually, I can't say it right now, but we might have a good whiskey distillery interested in us. So we will talk about that off
That'd be
the air.
something. Yeah. So back to and our guy Ethan Russell here is in the chat. My brother from another mother. The always dapper Ethan Russell, by the way.
Yes.
He's with us on the whole McAvoy EP1 thing. It's
Yeah.
got to go.
We'll get to Ethan's questions in a bit, but I just wanted to say, Brendan, I don't know if you saw that tweet I sent with the quote from Sturm on Pastrnak. Did you see that
With the
yet?
new e-bug?
Yeah, the new e-bug, exactly. And it was a great quote. I mean, I'll read it for our listeners and viewers who haven't seen it. He was asked about the save by Pasta with the empty net and just everything he does for the team. And he just said, he's our leader. He does everything. He wants to win. And, he does everything
There's
right.
your next captain of the Boston Bruins from that quote. I mean, we all think it should be. We talked about it all summer. I respect that Sturm didn't want to name a captain. And then what's great is the guy has 3 points in 4 games. He had a helper today, and he's off. Like, he's not even his shot is off right now.
Yeah, it wasn't even a good game for him. Like he was,
right,
it was all right, but he wasn't himself. You're right.
Yeah, even the other night against Buffalo, he probably missed the net more times than whatever. He's just a smidgen off, like a shooter, like any great shooter, basketball, hockey, whatever it is. He's just a smidgen off. And, the explosion's coming. It'll probably come Saturday in Colorado or Sunday in Utah, but it's close. A 2-2, a hat trick and an assist game is coming from Pasta, believe me.
Yeah, but you know what's great about Pasta now compared to when he first came into the league, and probably I'd say up until about maybe 23, 24 season, maybe a little before, maybe Krejci and Bergeron's last season. When he's off with all the things he does well, skill-wise, he compensates for it with other little things like that save on the empty net or leadership, as Sturm referred to on the bench there today. Just little things like that. And I think what Sturm says with that quote today, and I just want to read it again because I love this quote from Sturm. He's our leader. He does everything. He wants to win. He was good on the bench. He does everything right. Who does that sound like to you, Brennan, that I just mentioned about 2 minutes ago?
Bergeron.
Yeah, exactly. So I like the fact that, when he senses, all right, I don't have it today. I don't have my shot, like you said, or I'm just a smudging off, as you said, Brendan. He doesn't sulk. He doesn't say, okay, this is a bad day for me. He goes, I'm going to help the team in other ways. And that's what a leader does. And I don't care what anyone says right now. And I think you're on board with me right now. He is the de facto captain of the Boston Bruins right now. Period. End of story.
Right. Because I don't think McAvoy showing he's not as an elite player as we all think. We talked about it one of the more recent episodes when we had Hags on. Lindholm is by far the number one defenseman on this team. Again, you see the result of with him not in the lineup. I would sit out the Vegas game. Hopefully he comes back Saturday against Colorado, and you're going to see a different team. Now, talk about the D-men. I said it last episode after the Blackhawk game, the Fraser Minton OT winner. Mason Lohrei's got to head down to your hometown right now where you reside. Maybe you can, give him a ride down to Providence because Haverhill Zone. God, and then I just totally lost my train of thoughts.
You're talking about Jordan Harris.
Yes, great game by the kid. He's kind of like kind of like Grizzlick, and that he's a little undersized, but he moves the puck quick, and that was a nice goal. For the home crowd, that kid's got to stay. Get Lohrei down and let him reset, go down. I mean, and we could get into this later. All those kids that didn't make the team, they're having a great old time in Providence. So do you see who went off the other day for the Providence Bruins?
Pastrnak?
No, Fabian Lysell had a hat trick and an assist.
You're right, he did.
Patra had 4 helpers. Let him go down there and find his confidence because it's not working. And to your point, if they're going to pay Nikita Zoroff what they're paying him, what is it, $6 million a year? You can't have, if you want to be a competent team that has a shot at making the playoffs, right now, how those guys are playing, you can't run those guys out there on your decor and not expect to have games like that today where you get down 3-0 like that.
Who you bringing up? If you send Lohrei down, I'm just wondering who you bringing up.
Well, Lindholm comes back and you keep the kid up.
Keep what kid?
And then
what are you talking about?
Well, he was the extra, right? Paris was the extra kid, right? So he was the extra D-man. I don't know. Bring up another forward.
Okay.
I mean, I know, they got Veal, on the bench. They got Beecher. Bring up Callahan. Callahan at least is a kind of a steady Eddie compared to Lohrei. He was up last year and was.
What about Patra?
I don't think. Let's let Patra and Lysell and Merkelov is probably a lost cause.
Good man. I love what you
them down there.
Right? The old Red Wings way, Brendan, as we said here before, overripe instead of underripe. Keep letting Patra ripen down there. I'm with you on that. Don't get caught up. Oh, great. So he had a couple of first games in the first week of the season. Whoop-de-dee. Good on him.
Let him win the scoring title in the AHL for all I care.
Yeah. And keep Lysell down there. Just because he got a hat trick, don't say, oh, we got to bring him up. No, keep him down there. Scoring hasn't necessarily been an issue for this team yet. So I'm not really worried about it. I think it will become an issue, but I mean, they got 3 goals. They got 3 goals today. They got 3 the other night. I mean, they're on where we thought they should be. They're not
with Pasta being off.
With Pasta being off, yeah. I mean, he had a great first game. Let's not forget that game against the Capitals in the opener. He was awesome. But other than
AC Middlestat offensively has been better with 2 goals.
Yeah, look, I'm glad geez, good point there. I'm glad we brought him up, Brendan. We didn't even discuss that when we were prepping. Hey, I'll eat crow. I'll eat crow, man. For now, he's been one of their better players so far this season. I know we're only 4 games in, but Casey Middlestat is playing great right now.
So if Lindholm comes back, go with me on this one. On this one.
You're talking.
Huh?
You're talking Hampus Lindholm, just so everyone knows.
Hampus Lindholm comes back. Yeah. Hampus Lindholm comes back. Let's assume he plays Saturday. Okay. So he plays Saturday in Colorado. How about this for PP1? Okay. Elias, Pasta, Middlestat, Zacha, Hampus. 1 D-man, 4 forwards. They used to do that all the time when Bergeron and Marchand were there. How about that 5 for the power play for PP1? Got some passing skills in Middlestat. Your boy Zacha that you like, moving around, kind of being the Swiss Army knife. You have Pasta as the rover, and then you have Lindholm at the point. Elias in the bumper. What the hell? What do you have to lose?
Yeah, why not?
Power
mean-
play's been skunked. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
the power play needs work. One thing I didn't like about it today is it well, A, it looked disorganized. But B, there was no urgency. I didn't sense like they were out there and they weren't taking it to them. They were letting Tampa's PK come back and pressure them, where it should be the other way because you're a man up. And it was just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just off. They were just off, Brennan. And like, you're right. Overall, it's not been great. And look, I think Steve Spott is one of, if not the greatest PP coaches of the last 10 years. But I mean, you can only do so much with what you're given. Look, was a famous line by Bill Parcells way back in the day with Bob Kraft. You know,
if you want me to cook the dinner, let me buy the groceries.
There you go. So he can only do so much with the groceries that were not bought by him.
Yeah, it's painful. I was gonna make the joke, matinee or not. If you're at TD Garden for a game, and hopefully we're gonna get to one here and before Christmas. When the ref calls a power play and that damn bear growls, go get a beer, go get a drink, go take a leak.
Yeah,
go do what you got to do.
It's a
You're
good
not
point.
gonna miss nothing.
And you know what? Nobody's leaving their seat because they're going on a power
That's
play,
the time.
right? Yeah,
Perfect.
that's the
You
time.
can get the double. You can hit the head and get your drink back to your seat for when the kill's over. Boom. And then they might score in the next minute or two, 5-on-5. And you're refilled with a fresh beverage and your bladder's clear.
And you drain the vein. So there you go.
That's right.
I like it.
Tell
Good
you.
call.
Soon as the ref makes the signal, does the PA, 47 or 59 the other team, 2 minutes for tripping. And then that big, excuse me, get right up and walk out.
Yeah. I love it. Like the Mickey Mouse t-shirt there, buddy. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Describes the Bruins power play. They'll get better. We're only 4 games in. All right, Brendan, I'm thinking we look ahead here. What do you think? Before we take a question from right now is our only guy watching, Ethan. He should get like a frequent filer Myers for all the questions he's asking. But
Ethan's the man. We might have to bring Ethan on as the pinch hitter, like the fan of the week.
Striving to be a coach, by the way.
Yeah. I like it.
My other co-host Pierre McGuire is going to try and help him. So let's talk about the upcoming trip. What's your predictions? Vegas, Colorado, and Utah. Remember, Colorado, Utah is a back-to-back. When the Bruins come home, what would they have done on the road trip? What's their record going to be?
I think they're going to be one win, 1 loss, 1 OT or shootout loss. They'll come back with 3 points out of 6.
I think that's a good trip for them, given the
trip
quality of the opponent. I do think, though, the one thing I'll do opposite. I'll go 2. No, 1. Yeah, 2, 1, and 1. That's what I'll go. No,
that's 4.
That's 4.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're taking one.
Well, you didn't go to UMass, so thanks for that.
Yeah, exactly, buddy. That's why I'm a journalist, not a mathematician. I'll tell you what. I think they go into Vegas. They lose in overtime. They go into
get the point in Vegas.
Yeah,
because you think you're winning the booze. Okay, fine.
Okay,
self-fulfilling prophecy there. All right.
So they go into Vegas. They lose in overtime. They go into Colorado. They get smoked. And then they go into Utah and they win.
Yeah, I could see that because clearly Sturm, and I respect it. And he was just okay today. Made a couple great saves, but he's clearly doing the rotation early here. So it's going to be Swayman Thursday in Vegas, Corpy against the Avalanche Saturday, and then I think Swayman steals them the win on Sunday.
I
like the win against the Mammoth. Bevy of reasons. They used to play like crap in Arizona, so I'm glad that they've moved on from that. Even when they were in the College Bar, remember they had that like crazy game where they like turned the puck over with like 8 seconds left, and the guy like banged it home past Allmark.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Hopefully, that's a new beginning. They should have gone with Yeti too, by the way, instead of Mammoth. I mean, I don't hate Mammoth, but Yeti should have been their mascot. Everyone likes a good Yeti. Everyone owns a good Yeti.
I actually thought I don't know. My thing was bootleggers. I mean, I don't know if you know, but forever you couldn't have booze in Utah. You couldn't buy booze. You had to cross state lines to buy booze because of
It's
the
true.
Mormons. And so
Yes.
bootlegging is part of the history of that state. I thought it would have been great. And you could have got so many great alcohol sponsors for that. But anyhow,
True.
I will say this. You look at Vegas, though, man. He signs his contract last week, and Jack Eichel has just been bonkers. He's an early. I know we're 3-4 games in, but he could win the Hart Trophy this year, especially playing on that line with Mitch Marner.
Yeah, stacked. And
That's
as you
gonna be
said,
a
if they
tough
sign
line.
Carter Hart last episode and they get goaltending, they have coaching. They're I think they're the class of the NHL. I think it's going to be them and the Panthers this year. I think the Oilers, unless they address their goaltending, we never really did a show where we just talked about the Bruins season. We didn't really do our picks.
Mhm.
Maybe we could do that another episode. But
I like. By the way, I got the Knights over the Maple Leafs in the final.
really,
That
all
won't
right,
be
well,
juicy at all, right? Mitch Marner beating the Maple Leafs in the Stanley Cup final.
yeah, but it's the Leafs. They'll find a way to. Well, here's why. There's a certain. Here's why. I mean, on top of all the other reasons, and I know they have a great team and they have a great coach. They probably have their best constructed team
They're the biggest
on
team in the
paper.
NHL right now, just so you know.
Who's that?
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, they look. Did they come back today? They were down 1-0 the last I saw to the
They
Wings.
almost did. They lost in the last minute.
So, but aside from all the other thing, the media negativity, the scrutiny, yada yada, stress, they have an obnoxious talk show host slash
One?
analyst on a national broadcast. I don't know if you want to say his name, but he's the albatross and the jinx that as long as he's stomping and what's the word? Carrying the flag for the Leafs, they're not going to win. That's another anchor in the
I
Leafs.
honestly don't know who you're talking about, man. Sorry. You can text it to me.
Paul Bizinet.
Biz. Yeah, duh. Okay.
Yeah, as long as he's obnoxious and shoving the Leafs down people's throats, they're never going to win. Like, you go on a national broadcast and they tease him that like the Leafs are probably scared of him because he's like one of your favorite phrases. He's the ultimate fanboy,
Yeah.
and he puts too much pressure on the Leafs, so they have already clowns them, and it just pisses off other teams. Marchand probably had his picture in the dressing room last year, all the crap that he talked, and he crushed them.
Okay. I'm just gonna say one thing. If you're a pro player in the NHL or in any sport, and you're letting like an announcer or somebody like us or Biz or
No,
anybody,
they're not getting under his skin. They're using it to drive them. So they're like, I really want to shut this idiot up. I'm not saying it affects them, but it motivates them.
I'm just talking about the Leafs. Like if you're letting him affect you, you don't belong in the NHL. You're soft. Like, get out. Don't.
I know. We all Bostonians hate Berube for what he did in 19, but
he's a good coach.
He's a great coach. But
and by the way, if my prediction holds true, and Pierre has the same prediction, except Pierre has the Leafs winning. That was his prediction. Whew, that would be something. But
you're clearly rubbing off on Pierre because he's one of the most brilliant hockey minds I've ever known. So I'm hanging around too long with you.
I'm making him dumber, is what you're saying?
I didn't say that. That's your words. I would never insult Pierre like that. The guy's a hero of mine.
I'm insulting me by saying that. I'll say this, though. That would also, and I said this when I made my prediction, is it's also a rematch from 2019 final between coaches. Because you got Butch going against Berube.
Yeah.
There's a lot of storylines in that, man. A lot. You got a former Leaf, Nick Waugh, now on, and there's a couple other former Leafs, right? Vegas Golden Knights. You got Nick Waugh as a center there in Toronto. There's a lot of great storylines if that was a Stanley Cup final. I think it would be a great final, too. I think the Leafs, like you were just alluding to, I think the Toronto Maple Leafs are the best positioned they've been to make a run this year. Because I think when all is said, I think Florida makes the playoffs, But when all is said and done, I just think they run out of gas, man. It's 3 Stanley Cup finals in a row. You got no Barkov, no Kachuk, guys that aren't used to playing as much time as they're about to are going to wear down, in my opinion. I think they go in as a wild card and they get bounced in round 1.
See, I look at it the other way. I look at it that if Barkov makes it back and Kachuk's coming back in January, he's going to be like the Ferrari in the garage. And I know, he's probably going to go to the Olympics and play, and that's going to put some mileage on his tires. But a lot of the great teams are going to have guys that do that. Matthews is obviously going to play. Marner.
Okay. Agree on Kachuk? But what about you? So, like, I don't even seen the times when Barkov could come back.
They said, it's ACL, right? And everybody's different. I think they said like 6 to 8 months recovery.
Okay, so that would be when? If we were in September, so you're what? It's October. You're talking like the end of March, April, right?
Early April. So if he makes it back to like a regular season game as like, to get his feet under him, and then you have Sasha Barkov. This guy, outside of McDavid and Draisaitl, the best center in the NHL, I think.
But my thing, look, I agree with you. It's a great addition. It's like a late trade deadline addition to get him then. But Brennan, don't you think he's going to need more than like 1 to 3 games before the playoffs to get ramped up? Because the playoffs is a whole different element.
Did 1 year with Vegas.
Who?
Mark Stone. Remember, he sat out a lot of the time.
Yeah, good point. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, man. I just think collectively they're going to run out of gas. But
it's one of those things now. I've learned my lesson, and we can relate to this. It's the Brady era Pats. It's the Jeter era Yankees. It's the Jordan era Bulls. If you're giving me the Panthers or the field, I'm taking the Panthers until someone beats them.
Even with their 2 best players out for 3 quarters.
Because the regular, like you said, they're still going to get in. And what's crazy about them is their guys step up. They have all these guys who I'm going to butcher his name, like Sam Skevich or something. Like this guy, like these guys continue to improve. They find these guys and they draft near the bottom. And Don Sweeney's drafting Jack Studnicka and these guys, and they're finding these studs and continue to excel, and they fill in, and then and then they got their star and their core players to stay. I think it'd be a hell of a series, 7-game series, but I think the Leafs are still going to leave. But to your point, I agree with you. The Bruins are down. They're what do you call that? They're kryptonite. They're not a threat. And the Eastern Conference, as we already said, the Capitals look like they've regressed. Ovi's probably going to hang them up at the end. Who scares you in the Metro, right? Anybody?
No, I think there's going to be 5 teams from the Atlantic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I think, you have the best coach in the NHL in Paul Maurice. So they're going to get in. Christ, Brad Marchand looks like the MVP after the first week of the season. This guy.
We'll see.
But yeah, I just until it changes, gotta go with the champs until someone knocks them out.
Who do you like out west?
I like Vegas.
Vegas. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's the old Ric Flair. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Until someone beats the Panthers, I think they're at least get to the finals.
Yeah, we'll see. What about the team the Bruins saw today?
See, I
I don't like their defense, man.
I don't like their defense. Obviously, that backup goalie's super shaky. If the Bruins they made a couple nice saves.
He's played better than Vasi this year so far.
But that's what I was going to get to. Vasi hasn't seemed like himself in a while.
I think
that back surgery.
Yeah.
He's not.
And they never even said any reason why he missed camp, did they? Like, it was just this mysterious thing. Like, he basically missed all of camp.
Bob has succeeded him as the best goalie in the world and the goalie that you need to win a game. Obviously people might stake, Igor Shesterkin regular season, but if you have to win a hockey game to save your life, do you want Sergei Bobrovsky in the net for you? I would think so.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So, and that's what we thought about Vasi after the bubble, after COVID, all this. He just doesn't seem right. Obviously, I love their top 2 lines, and I love Coop. I'm a big Coop guy. I thought that was hysterical when you see a coach of that ilk, Stanley Cup rings, basically saying, what the insert expletive are you guys doing? repeatedly, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and he has the juice to do that with those guys, and those guys are all, they're all proven winners for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NHL is weird, man. It's like you said, the Atlantic is the better division. You've seen, we talked about it in our season preview episode, and I know they played the Bruins on Saturday. Going back a little bit, can we contract the Buffalo Sabres or something? Like, if they're gonna do an expansion draft, can we just like take their players
They got booed off the ice on Monday after their loss to the Avs too. It's not good. I don't know, man. I don't know Kevin Adams as a person, but I don't want to see anybody lose their job. I don't want this, but I'm just saying, at what point, like, did the Pagulas say, all right, we need to change something at the top? And you have to wonder if it's coming soon because, kind of under the radar move this year in the offseason was the Buffalo Sabres bringing in former Blue Jackets general manager Jarmo Kekalainen to become a consultant or whatever, advisor, whatever you want to call it. You got that guy now. He's got veteran experience, and let's call a spade with the amount of money he was given to spend and where he was a general manager. I thought overall he did a pretty good job in Columbus. I mean, hey, that 2019 team, Brennan, gave the Bruins in that cup run when they lost to the Blues. I thought the Blue Jackets were a tough out. That was a tough series, and he's helped draft a lot of good young players there, so they've got sort of the succession plan there maybe in place. I wonder, we get to American Thanksgiving and they're just, fading away. I think it might be it for Kevin Adams.
So I already smell a rat coming out of Buffalo. And I know you and I are the president of the, Tank for McKenna Society we're the Boston chapter of that, the New England chapter. Okay. So
you think that's what they're doing?
Piece this together. But, I know we talked about that, the lottery was rigged last year for the Islanders. I think the lottery, obviously they're looking like the consensus worst team in the league, right? I think the lottery is going to be rigged for the Buffalo Sabres because, where does Gavin McKenna currently play?
Where?
What college?
Oh, yes. Good point. Penn State, the Pagulas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
NIL money. How do you know that? I wouldn't shock me if Pagula's already in this guy's ear. Maybe his daughter, the tennis player, has season tickets right on the ice. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely a connection.
I'm being silly,
but good connecting the dots by you there. I don't know. I think it will be interesting, right? Because you think if we're just looking at it right now, I'm thinking either it's Buffalo or Pittsburgh, Philly would be, in my eyes, the top three contenders right now to win the Gavin McKenna sweepstakes.
I think the Bruins have a shot at it. I'm not just being silly.
I think they're the lottery team, but unless they have, we see one of those, which we have seen in the last couple of years, some of those crazy jumps from like 8-2 or something. Yeah, maybe. But I think you look at it. Another thing you have to remember too, people don't realize this. Buffalo is a very valuable franchise and market to the NHL.
It's a huge hockey market.
You're right. It's a huge hockey market. You're right there on the border with Toronto. So you have cross-border fans. You're getting into the Canadian market because their games are broadcast in Canada, and you're getting into the U.S. market. So you're getting two national TV markets there combined. And the Pagulas are a very valued ownership family. And then Pittsburgh, of course. Do they want to have a succession plan? Is it going to go from Mario Lemieux to Sidney Crosby to Gavin McKenna in Pittsburgh?
That's a prediction. Yeah.
Okay.
20, and 20.
And then Philly, of course, is another huge TV market as well. And that's a treasured franchise, a big sports fan base. So yeah, I think it's a toss up, but we'll see. But my thing is who will be the GM when all is said and done? When they sit down at to wait for their lottery balls to drop. Is it going to be Kevin Adams or Jarmo Kekalainen? I don't know.
They should send ML Carr to the lottery.
Nobody on here. We're showing our age now, buddy. Hey, let's get out of here, my man. I got some dinner to cook and some stories to write. Let's take Ethan's questions. What do you think?
Yeah, let's take Ethan's questions. Producer Shane, hit us. Not much of a question, but it seemed like the first game where Pasta got shut down, double teamed, especially on the power play. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, a team with good structure, good coaching. I mean, every team in the league, when you come in to play the Bruins, stop Pasta. Now, granted, the model of the team that they've built with the more sandpaper with the Isamons and the Genots has kind of alleviated some of that. But this is going to be a thing. But he's still going to get his 100 whatever points. It's unless he gets hurt. So, but well said, Ethan, my man.
All right, keep them coming from Ethan.
McAvoy doesn't seem to know how to flow with the offense and plays on the PP. He doesn't know how to move on the PP and just gets in the way, to be honest. Friggin' men. It's a lost cause. It's just never going to happen for him. Unless you move, like Jimmy said, unless you move to the Rover. But he should not be quarterbacking power play.
All right.
Even Henry Yukiharu thought looked better.
On the bench?
No, quarterback in the power play, the second unit. At least they got some pressure. Even Brick said, no, that second unit did a hell of a job, with 14 seconds left or whatever after they, left the ice. Ethan, again, I don't know if I can keep watching lower. I play defense in the T-zone. See, Ethan, when I come to Boston, you're eating on my dime, buddy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of improving to do. He's growing. I think Brendan's right. I think he needs some time down in Providence.
Carolina is overrated. Boston has a better defensive core and goaltending situation. Goaltending, yes. Defense, it's borderline because of the disasters that we've already mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, if Jacob Slavin's healthy, they're better defense.
Right. I mean, but it's close with Hampus, a healthy Hampus,
yeah.
but
their defense got a lot worse. I think with some of the departures they've had in the last 2 years, right? I mean, they lost Brett Burns, they lost Pesci. They've lost a lot of guys, and I don't know why they traded Morrow, the former UMass defenseman, Brendan, to the Rangers. I know they got Keandre Miller, but I think Morrow's going to be a stud when all's said and done.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it, my friend.
Carolina to me, and I don't know what's apparently Mr. Scott's trying to beam me out of here. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I see that going on, man.
But while I try to fix Mr. Scott here, then I lose me. Oh, the joys of live content.
Don't worry about it, bud. It doesn't matter. We're done. We got no more
questions. We're wrapping up.
Yeah.
But anyway, Carolina, why do they continue to do that? Like it's the definition of insanity thing, and I know we talk about it with Sweeney and Neely and how the Bruins do things, but when are they going to end the Freddie Anderson experience with goalie? Like, and the same thing with the Oilers with Skinner and Pickard. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, they can at least argue, Brennan, and I'm with you. I don't think Skinner is the answer. Like, I don't think they win the Stanley Cup with Skinner. I don't.
Correct.
But I do respect the argument that says, well, we're the Edmonton Oilers. We made it to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals 2 straight years with Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard. So, like, what do you want? What do you want? I mean, and truth be told, Skinner outplayed Ottinger 2 years straight. So it's like, I get what they're saying, but I'm with you. Like, they're mid-tier, these goalies right now that we're talking about. The one thing I find interesting is, does Brandon Bussey get a start soon for the Carolina Hurricanes? Maybe he becomes a savior.
You didn't see it. Maybe he catch lightning in a bottle.
I remember a day when Bruins fans wanted to get rid of Swayman and make Brandon Bussey the next goalie to bring him to the promised land, and now he's been on 2 teams in 2 years. So
they thought he was the second coming.
Yeah, that's because prospects.
So real quick, Jimmy, self-promotion. What time's that face off in Vegas on Thursday? Is that at 10 o'clock?
I believe it's 9 for some reason, but let me check.
I got it right here, brother.
It is 10 o'clock. Colorado's 9 Mountain Time.
So me, you, and Ethan are going to be on the air at about 1 a.m., huh?
Drink the coffee, boys and girls. We'll be here. We might end up doing it the next morning. We'll see. We'll see what's
Bruins
up.
vibes. Yeah.
Because
You're
you
cracking
do have a job and kids, and I've got stuff too, and it's
Normally I work from home Friday, so there is a chance. I would
all right.
actually
We'll
feel
figure it out.
whatever.
We'll figure it out with
figure
our
it out.
crew at the Sick Podcast Network. We'll figure it out with them.
Well, you should get some of your sources. We'll do a live remote from the Spearmint Rhino where and see how many Bruins are hanging out in there. Get a head count. Call the guy who works the door. Send him the yearbook. Hey, which one of these guys have you seen and how long have they been in there?
For those that don't know, it's a prestigious club in Las Vegas. There you go.
You want to know something silly? So I travel a lot for work.
Mhm.
And one of the places I go to is the great town, and it's not really a bad town. I know it's when you hear this, there's some good Irish bars there, so you and I got to respect it. But Toledo, Ohio,
Okay.
there's a place in Toledo called
Holy Toledo?
No, the Peppermint Hippo.
The Peppermint Hippo.
So it's like a spoof.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
But it's Toledo, Ohio. Yeah. So anyway. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for
You know the
episode
name
4
of their ECHL team before we let you go? Little trivia?
No, it's the Cleveland's the Lumberjacks. No, hit me.
Yeah.
Is it the Rollers?
Nope. I'm gonna give you a hint. What's Toronto's backup goalie's name? The one that's out right now.
Whoa.
Okay, so let's say Wall, right?
Yeah.
Toledo Wall Bleep. You never heard of it? The
No.
Walleyes.
Oh, like the fish.
Yes. Is that a big fish in Toledo? Did you have some walleye when you're there?
I don't know, man, but I've seen the Toledo River. The places I visit, my industrial clients that I see. I wouldn't eat any of the fish from the Toledo River. Just saying.
All right, man. Well, listen, I think your background ate the fish from the Toledo River, so feed it better
Probably,
next time. All right.
We're gonna work on that. Producer Shane, thank you very much. You're the man. Nice to meet you today, buddy. Ethan, keep contributing. We appreciate it. Bruins Vibes, we need your sponsorship. Get on board. Real straight talk Bruins podcast. It's on the Sick Podcast Network, the sickest podcast network in town, and this is the Sickest Bruins podcast. I am Brendan Sennott. That's Jimmy Murphy, the hockey scribe, the always flamboyant / I don't even know. It's a good analogy or adjective for you. Looking sharp tonight, by the way, man.
Thank you, my friend.
We'll catch up with you on the flip side. Thanks everybody for being here. Bruins Vibes, we're out of here. See ya.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Bruins Vibes on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.